You've spent a lot of time in Africa working with African pastoralist herders, among others. This is a big question, but what has come out of that research that you could sort of encapsulate for our students as important for food ethics, or has made you think differently about ethics and economics with respect to food?
Oh, I think the central thing is to understand how culturally specific diets are, and that preferences are very specific to particular groups. So I work a lot among herders in dry lands in East Africa in particular, and they rely on a very heavily animal source diet.
Right.
You know, they'll subsist off of blood, meat, and milk for weeks on end, eating nothing else when they're on long treks without easy access to market. This sounds terribly unhealthy, yet they're incredibly fit and do pretty well.
Those exercise, right? Yeah.
Well, they're getting exercise, and they've got a reasonably adapted system.
Yeah.
To them, imposing, for example, vegetarianism on them would be a cultural assault. It would be denying their livelihoods. It would be depriving them of important symbolism. You know, to them, for example, the person who gets to eat, in particular groups that I know well, the person who gets to eat the most desired part of the goat that has been slaughtered, that's a symbol of respect. And lacking these abilities to convey the respect you have for others would be a form of cultural imperialism, really. So you need to appreciate the heterogeneity among small farmers in rural Madagascar who grow rice. If you eat a meal but it doesn't have rice, you haven't eaten. So your belly may be full, but culturally, this is as if you haven't eaten. So it's important when you work in these foreign contexts to take the time to observe carefully and to ask people to explain and interpret for you, because we will commonly misinterpret what we're observing. And so I think it's just a matter of being culturally sensitive.